Hi, this is Ann with Finance on the Offense, and today I'm going to give you 5 side hustles and the pros and cons of doing each one. And by the way, I'm not a finance professional, so everything in this video is just for entertainment purposes only. All right, let's get started. Number 1, food or grocery delivery service. With this side hustle, you can sign up with Instacart, Uber Eats, DoorDash, or there's quite a few of those different ones, and then deliver groceries or takeout using your car or a bike or something like that. The pros of doing this are that the money can actually be pretty decent, from $10 to $25 an hour. In my opinion, there's quite a bit of difference between $10 an hour and $25 an hour, but it's whatever you put into it, and it also depends on where you live. Another great thing about it is that you can set your own schedule, and you can deliver your orders with a car, a bike, or even a scooter. And this also depends on the city that you live in. So you would have to find out through those apps whether it's okay to do, a scooter or something like that. Another nice thing is you don't have to worry about having a super clean or super new car. You can use just the regular car that you use every day. The cons of doing this are obviously $10 an hour is not the greatest wage, but I think it's okay for a side hustle. And then for the cities that don't allow bike or scooter delivery, you will have to have a car. Number 2, rental properties. Here's the idea with this side hustle. You buy a property, you rent it out, and hopefully, if all goes well, the money that you get from your renters will pay for the loan, and it will also pay off the house eventually. The pros of doing this are that you don't actually have to have any money up front. You can just get loans and do it that way. Real estate generally has a history of being a good investment, so after your renters have paid off your house for you, you can actually sell the house at a huge profit. Another great thing about this strategy is if you have the right tenants, this can be a pretty much passive income stream for you. Now, there are some negative things about properties and property rental. First off, it's a pretty high risk situation. If you aren't able to find renters, you are stuck paying that mortgage loan payment. And if you can't afford it, you risk your house going into foreclosure, which can be really terrible for your credit score. Another negative thing to think about, or something that you should definitely consider, is the cost of repairs. Every house needs repairs from time to time, and it will be coming out of your pocket. So you need to have a fairly significant emergency fund for this reason. Finally, if you have the wrong tenants living in your property, this can really take up a ton of your time, and it can be a huge money pit. Number 3, become a virtual assistant. With this side hustle, you basically do any administrative tasks that your clients need. So this could be entering information in a spreadsheet, creating social media posts, pinning images on Pinterest, scheduling appointments, making phone calls. The great things about this is you don't really need to have much experience with it. You just need to be pretty computer savvy and organized. The second great thing is this is a remote position, so you don't have to go into the office. You can work right from your house. The third thing is you can choose who you want to work with. So if you don't like how your clients are treating you or something like that, you can always kind of fire them and find new clients. And finally, there's a minimum cost to starting this up. All you really need is an internet connection, a computer, and a phone. There are a few negatives with being a virtual assistant. One, if you don't like working from home, you need to be around people a lot, this might not be the job for you. And then also, it can be a little hard to find clients. In fact, I think that is probably the most challenging thing about this side hustle. Number 4, flipping items on eBay. This side hustle is great for people who are good at spotting really good deals at an estate sale or garage sale or that kind of thing. They can buy them and then go and sell them on eBay. The great thing about this is it's completely flexible. You set your own hours and you work as much as you want to, and it is remote. You'll never have to go into an office. You're basically working for yourself. The challenges with this are because other people are doing the same thing, eBay can be kind of a low margin, really competitive marketplace. And another bad thing is there's quite a lot of work involved. So you have to spend time going around to estate sales, garage sales, flea markets, and that kind of thing, and finding items to sell. Then you have to make your listing, and then once the item sells, you have to package that up and ship it off to whoever bought it. So it is pretty labor intensive. Another bad thing is you do have to have money on hand, so if you're completely broke, this one is not going to work for you. Number 5, reselling with Amazon FBA. This side hustle is a lot like the eBay one, but you're selling new items instead of used. Basically, you go around to retailers like Walmart or Target and you look in their clearance area or you look at the regular priced items and try to find really good deals. If you do find a deal, you buy all of the item that's in stock and then you call around to other Walmarts or Targets around that you're willing to drive to and buy all of their stock at that price. Next, you package them all up in a big box and send it to Amazon. Once they're in stock in Amazon, you create a listing and you sell them one by one, except Amazon FBA does all of the work from that point on for you. So FBA stands for Fulfilled by Amazon, and they take care of selling, packaging, and shipping the item to the person who bought it. And of course, you have to pay for this. Amazon does charge a fee for this. The great thing about Amazon FBA is it really can pay very well if you're good at what you do. You also don't have a boss, you set your own hours, and you work remotely. So that is awesome, of course. And of course, the more you work, probably the better your sales are going to be. The challenges with Amazon FBA are very similar to eBay. It's pretty competitive and it's also a little bit labor intensive. It's not quite as bad as eBay because you don't have to store the items somewhere and you don't have to ship them off to people. Amazon takes care of storage and shipping. Amazon FBA is pretty competitive. There are lots of other people doing it, so it might be a little hard to find low-priced items in your area. And also, just like eBay, you do have to have money on hand to buy these products and then ship them off. So those are my 5 side hustle ideas for you today. I hope they've inspired you to take action and get something started for a little extra income this month. All right, if you like this video, just click on the like button and I'll see you next week with another Finance on the Offense video. Thank you.